John Wayne, the rugged individual, is ancient Tinseltown folklore in our interconnected world. Crooning, "I did it my way," is a karaoke fantasy moment. Today, we rely on others because we have to. Business is too complex to know everything that must be considered. We need specialists and we need help. Many people, though, can't get help because they are hopeless with dealing with others. Let's take a look at what we should be doing. Welcome back to Year 4 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan and best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. Now, we are bringing the show to you from our studio in our High Performance Center here in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are looking at giving you a big edge in business in Japan. Let's be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is episode number 174, and we're talking about you can't do it all by yourself. So let's get going. The hero's journey is for the very, very few. I did it my way. I slaved away in a garret. I got to the top. I realized the American dream. All good stuff, but an illusion for most. The reality is there are more of us who need the cooperation of others than those who can succeed despite others. The age of the one has been taken over by the age of the many. Hero teams are more powerful than individual heroes. The problem is, although we may need the cooperation of others, we're not that good at getting it. We limit our scope through two key areas: how we communicate and how we react. We like what we like, and we find affinity with those who like similar things. We like to speak in a certain way, and we click with others who speak the same way. It might be a shared accent, denoting a similar background. And we are all pretty good at spotting the subtleties of dialect. That is okay, but it still doesn't help us to go far enough. You might share a common accent, but that doesn't mean you get on with everyone from back home. Reflecting the preferences of others is a much more effective way of building trust and cooperation. Does this mean being two-faced and manipulative? No. It means being flexible and other-focused rather than me focused. When we are speaking with others, we notice the way they prefer to communicate. It will vary from very low energy to high output, softly spoken, to plain loud. Neither side likes the other much. The loud person can't hear the softly spoken person, feels annoyed because they have to struggle to hear what they are saying. The softly spoken person is quietly upset because they don't like people who are loud and aggressive. The key here is to adjust ourselves to suit the situation and the other person if we want to gain their cooperation. If you say, well, I'm me and I have my rights and they should adjust themselves to how I like it, then let me know how that's working out for you. We will need to increase our energy and volume when we speak with high output people. We may feel like we are screaming, but on their scale, all we are doing is communicating normally. The opposite applies when we have to drop the volume and the strength. we may feel like we are whispering and it is killing us. But the counterparty feels very comfortable chatting with you. Some individuals are really detail-oriented. They are constantly seeking data, proof, evidence about what they're being told. When we interact with this group, we notice the micro-focus immediately, and so we need to start adding a lot more detail to our explanations or recommendations. We may feel this is too nitty-gritty and frankly massive overkill, but that is not how they see it. For them, this is absolutely normal and unremarkable. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to be successful as a leader, do the Leadership Training for Managers course. All companies need people who can both manage and lead. Leading people screams out for real skills in communication, dealing with all different types of people, being excellent at innovation, planning, delegation, handling mistakes, doing performance reviews really well, and inspiring and motivating the team. Do the Leadership Training for Managers course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. The opposite preference is for big picture discussions. Don't worry about the details, the practicality, the rollout. We will get to that later. They want to plot the future direction in broad brush terms. For detail-oriented people, this is painful because everything seems fluffy and unrealistic. Don't fight it. Encourage them to go big and go with them. Put up some crazy ideas. Judge crazy from your evidence-based thinking point of view of your own. And don't feel guilty. They will welcome all those crazy ideas, including yours. When we hear something we don't like, we often react first and think later. Bad approach. Instead, bite your tongue, hear them out. Don't jump in over the top of them with your counter idea, critique, or cutting comment. Try ear, brain, mouth, rather than ear, mouth, brain as an order of approach. Use a cushion, a sentence that is neither for or against what they are saying. It is a neutral statement. Use to simply break our usual pattern of too much rapid intervention. It gives us crucial time to think about what we want to say and how we're going to say it. Before we comment or attempt to criticize them, we instead ask them why they think that or why they say that. While they are providing some background and context around their position, we are able to bypass our immediate chemical reaction and reach deeper down to our calmer second or third considered response. When we do speak, we may even accept their position because the context made sense, or be able to suggest a counter position. We can do this in a calm way that doesn't lead to an argument and bad feelings. These two actions on our part will build the trust and establish the lines of communication required to convince others to help us on their own hero team journey. Speak in a reflective manner and don't react immediately to what you are hearing. You may think this is killing you because it is so different to how you normally operate. But if you want to be effective with all types of people, this is the secret. Adjust yourself first. Newtonian physics says For each action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Fine. But we don't want that. We want a different and improved reaction. So let's change your own angle of approach with others so that we get a much better response. Action steps. Number 1, be flexible and be focused on those with whom you are communicating. If they are micro, you go micro. If they are macro, you go macro. If they are fast-paced, then speed up. If they are moderate in pace, then slow down. 2, when you hear something you don't like, use your ear, brain, mouth. 3, before you reply, use a cushion to give yourself time to craft your response. Please subscribe to the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Our website details are on screen now. enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. It's awesome value, so check it out. You might also enjoy our other shows for podcasts. Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series. And every second Tuesday we have the Business Tatsujin no Oshie show. Wednesdays we have the Sales Japan series. Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast show. And Fridays we have the Japan Business Mastery show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, you get these wherever you get your podcast. Also, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television show. Every Friday, the Japan Business Mastery show. And every Saturday, Japan's top business interviews. These are all on YouTube. In episode number 175, we are talking about dealing with ambush speaking requests. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. I've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up